Apparently, this is a British soldier and apparently took her own life. It says here, a 19-year-old soldier is believed to have taken her own life. Right. I mean, you have to understand that soldiers are supposed to go to foreign countries and kill people. That is what their job is. It's a horrible job. I don't know why they do it. Right? If this girl was unable to deal with this, and it was very unprofessional, a bit too glamorous, I would say, to be a soldier. A bit too glamorous. As you can see where this picture came from, she's wearing makeup. It's obviously a picture designed to promote her in Facebook or something like that. After experiencing an intense period of unwelcome behaviour. Now the thing is, if you're in a position of authority and you send 1,000 messages to someone and voicemails, number of messages to 3,500. How can you send 3,500 messages in a month? That's that's more than 100 messages a day. You'd have to be making 4 messages an hour every hour of the day. The boss is not named in the report. I'm certain that there's something odd about this story. Could you make 3,500 messages per day? I mean, how would you even have time to do your work? I know when you're infatuated with someone, you can get carried away. Back in the day when I was more popular, I turned my phone off in the night and had I put it on mute or something and had like 50 missed calls during the night from someone who liked me. I mean, it's never going to happen again, is it? Let's face it. But it can happen, because when people are infatuated, they lose their mind. But 3,500 messages, 1,000 messages it's almost certain this was a causal fact. I wouldn't be surprised if you got time to commit suicide with that number of messages. She messaged her boss to say, I can't handle it anymore. It's weighing me down. Well, I don't blame her. If you got 3,500 messages in a month from one person, you'd think the easiest solution is to block him. You can't just block. Maybe your boss. When you say your boss, if we're talking about a military officer, would not be able to do this. A sexual assault is a sustained campaign from her boss. Well, it can't be that difficult to prove it. If this guy has been sending us 3,500 messages, including voicemail messages, you would have thought it would be very easy to prove. The question is, what kind of people are we having in our military now? First of all, I can see a limited use for our military, but what our army are doing are crazy, stupid things like assisting Zelensky's neo-Nazis in Ukraine, when what we should be doing is protecting our own borders. I believe that it would have made no sense to appoint this woman as a soldier. The Royal Artillery gunner. I mean, really? She's more like a bloody Instagram model than a Royal Artillery gunner. But yeah, sure. If you look at this, if you take this story, if you take this story as read, something's odd. I mean, something's very odd. I mean, obviously, men are men, and if I had authority over a young, attractive woman, I'm not 100% sure I could keep my hands off the cookies. But I'm not in that position. Britain is one of 19 countries that recruit 16-year-olds into the army. Beck, who joined the army at 16. Do you really think she's a frail girl who likes her looks. She's not an army. What possible benefit could it be to the British Army to recruit someone at 16 years old to go? I can't see it. We keep having this situation where girls are being asked to do men's jobs, and they're not doing their jobs well. If you're not capable of looking after yourself, you shouldn't be in the army. But I have to tell you from personal experience, a lot of the people I know who join the army end up with mental problems. Thank you.